morning, Mr. Jones. Welcome, students and families and friends, to Schoology 101. This past week, we've gotten a lot of phone calls from students like, hey, Ms. Diadu, how do we use Schoology? So Mr. Jones and I are going to put a little informational video together, just kind of walk you through the steps of how do I log on, how do I find my courses, how do I find my groups, and stuff like that. Are you ready, Mr. Jones?
I think so.
Okay. So what you're going to notice is you're going to log on like you would typically log on to any your account. So we have the single sign-in, and you're going to click that button, log in, and then your tiles should appear.
Okay, so should it look like this up here on the screen?
Exactly.
All those tiles? Okay, good.
So you're going to notice, like on your screen, you might have your iReady tile. That typically pops up. I know Mr. Jones probably has a lot more tiles than you do, and that's okay. But Mr. Jones, could you find our Schoology tile?
I have found it down here in the corner, so should I click on that?
Yeah, please click on that tile.
All right, good. So there it is, and it shows me, I see at the top, courses, groups, resources, all that stuff.
Exactly. So your classes are going to be listed under the course section. But today, we are going to bring you to the group section. So Mr. Jones, if you can click on groups,
okay.
And what you're going to notice is all of the groups that Mr. Jones is a part of is going to pop up. But Mr. Jones, if you don't mind, if you click on Manatee Elementary School Virtual School Counseling page, let me know when that's up.
What is that in that red shirt?
That is Riley Diadio. A therapy dog, golden retriever. Most of our students know about Riley.
Okay, so I'm going to click on Riley
You're going to click on Riley. Riley's going to be our school counseling mascot for the time.
So I'm in.
Okay, so Mustangs, you notice once you're in this group, which is going to look very similar to your course, you're going to notice an update page or a message page. And if you notice, the very top message right now reads, please watch this important message from Dr. Van Overbeck. Do you see that, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I'm going to make that full screen so people can look at that. And if you look, oops, let's try that again. We're trying to do there we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now. All right, so I see the please watch this important message from Dr. Van Overbeck.
Perfect. And if you're going to notice, students, there is a link. If you click on the link, it's going to bring you right to our YouTube page. We created a YouTube page for Manatee Elementary for important announcements.
Okay, so do you want me to click on that?
Yeah, why don't you click on that, Mr. Jones?
Okay, so Dr. Van Overbeck's announcements.
Yes.
All right.
Does it bring us to the YouTube?
Yeah, we're watching, yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. So you see how easy that is, guys? By just clicking the links that we post on your school counseling page, it will bring you to any of our videos that we have posted. Mr. Jones, could you take us back to the update page?
Okay, so I've gotten there. How do I get back to the update page?
Okay, you're going to notice when you hit the school counseling.
Oh, it opened up a YouTube separate tab.
Yeah, it should.
Oh, I see. So if I close that tab, then I can get back to the Schoology. Okay.
Perfect, yes. And you're going to notice, boys and girls and family members, that this is a live group with 534 members right now. So this is the biggest group we have right now at Manatee L, where everyone can stay connected on Schoology and get all the important information. If you scroll down on this update page, you're going to notice that your teachers, like Dr. De La Cruz, she wrote us a message the other day. And a little farther down, Miss McManus has a message about virtual Mustang bucks. So you can click right on that little icon with Miss McManus when you get a chance at home, and it will pull up her video.
Now, I'm maybe a little slow, but I'm not seeing Miss McManus here at all.
Okay, so the third post down.
It says Miss Diadio. Ah, I see it. Okay, so Miss Diadio, here's a virtual Mustang buck video right here.
Yep. So the beauty of this page, and your teachers are going to have very similar pages, is they will announce things daily. They might post videos for you daily. And so when you're on your class page, it's very similar to what our school counseling page looks like. And you guys can play around with this, and there's a lot of good information and messages. Importantly, Mr. Jones, I would like to add that our 5th graders are going to want to check this page pretty frequently because we're going to have information about middle school next year, like registering for classes and picking electives. So it's a good place to get that information.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to kind of pay attention to the left side of our screen. You're going to notice under Riley's picture, it says updates, discussion, albums, resources. So let's click on the resource button, Mr. Jones.
Okay.
Okay.
And I see lots of mini lessons.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool things. We're going to have mini lessons every day. So let's pretend that we are in, I don't know, Mr. Cadwell's class. And he assigns us to go into the first folder. So let's just click on it so we know what it looks like.
The mini lessons 3 through 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And it says week of March 30th
Yeah,
through
let's
April.
click on that as well.
All right.
Because it's going to look very similar in your courses. So as you can see, for the counseling department, we have mini lessons every single day that you're going to find all the materials that you need for that assignment. So let's just do day 1.
All right. Day 1 SEL lesson.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Okay, and then I have day 1 Manatee Elementary, grades 3 through 5.
So you're going to see that there's a PowerPoint and a YouTube video.
Okay, so that looks like a link I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So your teacher might post PowerPoints, they might post YouTube videos, they might post assignments, and it's all going to be listed for you and it clearly labeled. So that's kind of nice. Let's go back to the resource page, Mr. Jones.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I have a little bit of a lag time. If you scroll down, there's another really important feature here that we want to let all of our kids know. It's My Daily Check-In with Miss Diadio. If you can click on that link, guys.
Okay. And I clicked on that link and I see a really weird looking face.
Yeah.
Apprehensive, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Then a smiley and a sad, very sad.
Yeah, so this is kind of cool. It's a little survey that kids can fill out daily if they want to, and it just will let a member of the counseling team know that, hey, today I need a check-in. Can you call me or can we chat? So it's a kind of a cool feature. And very similar, your teachers might post a survey or a poll for you guys to fill out as well. So it was super easy. You clicked on the link and it opened up a new tab. When you're done completing it, you can simply press submit and close the tab out, and it will bring you back to your Schoology page.
Okay, so am I able to click on one of these?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, all right, so I'm gonna say I'm happy.
Okay.
So I clicked on happy, then I go all the way down to the bottom, and I can click next. And then I can put my first and last name in.
Yep.
Can I submit it without anything?
Can you submit without
Without putting my
call?
name in, and would you like to chat?
So it will still let you submit without a name, but if you definitely want someone to call you.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah.
if I just submit that, all you'll get is a happy face, and you won't have no clue who sent it.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that would be a nice way to make your day a little brighter, so I'm going to
Hey,
send you a happy face.
I got lots of happies.
Okay, good. You got a happy face.
But
from me.
sometimes we understand that this process can be frustrating. We're away from our teachers, we're away from our friends. And we know that sometimes we can feel sad or lonely. And if you need that check-in, our team is here to help. So that's kind of cool. So, Mr. Jones, I want to also point out to our kids, if you go back to updates, which is where your teacher is going to be posting kind of messages to you daily, information about how to get in contact with them, their hours.
So really, the updates is a critical place.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It's like probably one of the most important pages because it gets all that information out.
So if I get up in the morning and I say I'm ready to start Schoology, that's really the place I want to start out.
Yeah, you want to start out on the update page.
Okay.
And you're going to notice teachers' hours are going to be very similar across the board, but school starts at 8 a.m. School ends at 3:30, and there's a 30-minute lunch break for teachers. So really, if you have a question during those hours, you're going to get a pretty quick response from teachers. Now, if you're doing your homework late at night, you might not get a response that night, and you would have to wait till the next day to hear from your teachers. But you know what? Let's talk about how do we chat with our teachers. If you want to send a private message to your teacher, if you go up to the top where we have that blue strip, and you're going to notice there's like an envelope looking.
I found it.
Okay, you're going to click on that, and you can do a new message. So you're going to click on new messages. You might already have messages from your teacher.
So now I'm concerned. If I want to send it to my teacher, let's say it's you. It says to. What do I put? Ms. Diadio?
So let's type in, let's say Ms. Diadio, and see if I pop up. I got an error message. Let's try it again.
Well, it took your name, but it didn't really guide me. All right, so I just sent you a message.
Oh, maybe I can't send myself a message.
Subject field is required. Oh, okay. So I've got to put what it's about in the subject field. Okay, so if I put Ms. Diadio, what if I'm not sure how to spell my teacher's name?
Okay, good question. Your teacher's name is going to be listed on your course.
Okay, so okay. So Ms. Diadio didn't work for me. So what if I want to send it to Dr. Van Overbeck?
So when I type in people's names, they should like pop up. So if you type in Van Overbeck.
Yeah, nothing is popping up for me.
You know what? It's most likely Mr. Jones for you because you don't have school-wide access to all the teachers.
Oh, I see. I have to put a first name in.
Yeah.
No, so this is a good point, students. Yeah. You can't put Mr. or Mrs. or you. They're going to need to know their teacher's first name because.
Let me pull you up, Jones. When I pull up Jones, I get many Jones in the district. You're right.
Yeah, so now.
So you need to look for. Let me try your first name.
I found it. So I typed in Cassandra, and it brought up Ms. Diadio.
Perfect.
So now I clicked on that, and I'm going to send, and voila, you should be getting, it says a message has been sent to Ms. Diadio.
I received a message from Mr. Jones.
Okay.
Yay! We know it works.
Okay, so you have to put in the first, so you need to know your teacher's name. Okay. Actually, that's kind of a good thing we got that ironed out.
Yeah, we figured that out.
All right. So where would you like to go now, Ms. Diadio?
So let's go back to groups in the school counseling virtual page.
Okay, so I'm clicking on Riley.
Riley's face.
Okay.
In her Manatee L red t-shirt.
So I'm on updates.
Okay. And I want to point out some things that we can't see because we're not in a course. That's going to be super important. We went into a resource material. In your class, there would be a folder called materials. So if you click on the materials, in a group, it's called resources.
The resources at the top, I click on the resources.
Yes.
And I see, since I'm in mine, this is all I see. But they'll have other things.
All your materials from the teacher.
Okay.
So let's say there's like a handout or a worksheet that they uploaded, you're going to be able to find them in there.
Okay, so if I go into my class, let's say I have Mr. Cadwell, I would click on resources, and then that's where...
And materials, the folder materials. And all your worksheets are going to be uploaded.
Now, where is he? Let's say I'm in Mr. Cadwell's class. I go to updates, and is that where I'll see what's due for the day? How do I know what my assignments are for the day?
So every teacher might do it a little bit different. But I believe what the teachers are going to do is write a daily message of what you need to accomplish that day. Then you're going to go into your materials or resource
and
file.
That's where I'll find the things they want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Another thing that we can't see on a group, but you're going to see in your class, are your grades. So you're going to have a tab that says grades. So any assignments that you turn in is going to be graded within 48 hours, which we can't see on our platform right now because we are not logged into a class. But it will be in the same section as like under updates, discussion, resources, materials. Grades is going to be another tab for you to click on.
So I can click on the grades tab, and within 48 hours, I'll see how I did on.
Right. So once you turn in your assignment, your teacher has 48 hours to grade it. So I'm just going to look in one right now real quick. So I am in, which you don't see, Mr. Jones, but I'm in Mr. Cadwell's 5th grade math class. And under the grade section, it has anything that he's assigning for work is going to have a link. So kind of similar to Focus, if it was out of 10 points, 100 points, and you'll get a grade.
Okay.
And then it will be calculated for you. And Mr. Cadwell's math class is nicely organized with all the assignments for the kids to do. So that's how Schoology works, kind of in a nutshell.
Okay.
Do you have questions, Mr. Jones?
I feel much better about that. And so what if I'm a student at home and I open this up and I have where can I go for help with this?
Right. So the best thing to do is to message your teacher right away.
Okay, so I click on the little envelope there and I type the teacher's name in and say, please help me.
Right.
I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
And let's say for whatever reason you're having issues with the message button. Go to your updates page. So on Miss Diadio's page, there's an update on, I'm looking at a class right now, there's an update page. And if you can't figure out the message box, then just simply write to your teacher, please contact me. So it's gonna go live on his news feed. That's the backup plan.
Okay. Other than that, I feel pretty good about this.
I do too.
And last resort, like you said, message your teacher.
Message your teacher.
I mean, I suppose the last resort would be, well, there's no one to call, so
right.
Message your teacher.
Right. And again, working hours for teachers start at 8 a.m. to 11:30. Then they have a lunch break. Then at 12, they'll be back on the computer till 3:30. So as long as you're doing work during the day and playing with Schoology and figuring it out during the day, someone will get back to you if you have a question.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, Miss Diadio.
Thanks, guys.
And again,
this was
I
fun.
Hope everybody out there is happy and
Yes.
doing well and
we
staying
miss
healthy.
you so much. We can't wait to see you.
All right. Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you again soon.
Yay, Schoology!